So the Boston Global Forum has a formal written tribute to the leadership of Prime Minister Van Kiet. Given that you've just seen the video, I'm not going to read the full statement, but I would like to pull out a couple of things from it that kind of resonated with me and touch on the points made in the video. So he fought against both the French and the Americans, probably down on the Delta. I was stationed there myself as a member of the U.S. Special Forces. I remember that year very well. He lost his wife and 2 children to the South Vietnamese Army, and in that sense was sort of an unlikely candidate for reconciliation. But it marked his work from the beginning. So after the war, he was appointed Communist Party chief in Saigon. The official policy at that point was that the South Vietnamese were not welcome as part of the government or part of the Reconstruction, but he quietly brought them into his efforts to revitalize Saigon. And then he rose through the ranks, becoming prime minister in 1991. He said, "Being proud of the past does not mean that we cling to it like a cloak to cover our present shortcomings." And from that mindset, he championed Vietnam's opening to the world. The economy had opened up earlier, but he pushed very hard for further reopening of the Vietnamese economy, and of course, normalization in the diplomatic relationship with the U.S. When President Clinton was in office. And he advocated reconciliation not only between nations, but within Vietnam. He was a very strong advocate for bringing the South and North Vietnamese together as one people, but also the overseas Vietnamese. And Nam Pham had talked earlier about the estrangement that many Vietnamese felt at the end of the war. You saw the way the name that they gave him, Sao Dan. That's not his name, but it means the prime minister in the hearts of the people. That gives you a sense of how they felt about him, a different kind of leader, someone who was truly a man of the people. And we're honored to be able to recognize him on his 100th birthday and to hold him up as an example of the kind of leader that the world desperately needs today, but that Vietnam so much needed when he became prime minister in the 1990s. And we're going to follow through, kind of thinking about his contributions. It's my pleasure to introduce Ramu. Ramu, I think you're going to be up next. Ramu has really worked well and so much for us. Ramu Damodaran, who is the former chief of the